themed lid for the occasion of his first home Grand Prix in Red Bull colours. Buoyed by the enthusiastic local support, he was on track early, getting to grips with the RB21, sliding through turn 11.
How was the balance that lap?
Yeah, balance is okay. To be honest, I'm not really pushing it up yet, but I think it's okay.
Teammate Max Verstappen was also finding the handling a little concerning.
Sit over here, and the car is flexing a lot.
Later on, the defending champion had a lock-up at the chicane. Decent session.
Bro, the new Red Bull cars are so fucking sexy, holy shit.
Max finished P5, Yuki 1 place, and a tenth of a second further back. A few one-off liveries for this weekend. Red Bull have opted for their lesser-spotted white Honda paint job, which we haven't seen since the 2021 Turkish Grand Prix. While Haas are celebrating Japan's world-famous cherry blossom season, the VF25s resplendent with the
So fucking sexy as well.
petals. Japanese fans had 2 drivers to cheer around Suzuka. Alpine reserve Ryo Hirakawa, a former 24 Hours of Le Mans winner, was given one of the team's rookie outings, taking the A525 for an hour in front of his home crowd.
Any initial balance feeling? Looks a little bit nervous, low speed perhaps.
Not bad.
Carlos Sainz missed the Williams pit box at one point, which seemed to amuse the Spaniard.
Box, not right behind. Box. But we are at the beginning of the pit lane. Oh, I missed it, guys. I thought we were at the end. Sorry. Okay, so straight out, and we're boxing again. Yeah, sorry for that.
Teammate Alex Albon later suffered a lock-up at turn 11 and found the grab. After their unprecedented double disqualification in Shanghai, Ferrari will be looking to bounce back in Suzuka. Lewis Hamilton knows this track well. He's a 4-time winner here and took another victory at Fuji in 2007. Top spot on Sunday would see him equal Michael Schumacher's record of 6 wins in the land of the rising sun. But it was teammate Charles Leclerc with the FP1 bragging rights, almost a tenth quicker than the 7-time world champion. George Russell, currently 3rd in the drivers' standings, had a solid session, laying down a lot of laps, the most of anyone, and some were pretty quick. The best good enough for P2 as the flag fell. Mercedes teammate Kimi Antonelli suffered a slight lock-up at turn 11, which took him deep and onto the stones. P9 for his efforts this session.
Yeah, locked up.
Current Drivers' Championship leader Lando Norris, his front wing slobbered in Floviz, was pushing hard, taking every inch of curb through the chicane. Later, he took a trip through the loose stuff at the same spot on a fast lap.
Almost losing the car, and he's through the gravel. He's attacking the final chicane with a lot of speed. Still quite a green circuit. It's not rubbered in. It will improve.
But when he put it all together, he showed just how quick the 2025 McLaren is, topping the timing tables with a lap timed at 1 minute 28.549. Russell was P2, around a tenth and a half back from the leader. Then came Leclerc and Hamilton, followed by the 2 Red Bulls. Verstappen, then Tsunoda. Fernando Alonso, a winner at this track.
Yo guys, welcome back to the Cat Soul Classic. The criterium with a 23% climb in it. That's right, about every 90 seconds we have to hit this climb and do some ungodly amount of power, like 1,000 watts up this climb. And as a result, this is a very dangerous course. Not for the reasons you're thinking, like crit racing is dangerous because crashes are pretty common, but it's dangerous because you can get spat out the back at no fault of your own if you're out of position. For example, this guy right here, it looks like he's having actually mechanical problems. Not even really his issue with his legs or his fitness or anything like that. But you just have to stay extra careful not to get caught behind a split, because generally what happens in this race is there is just a select group of riders that make it to the front. Not a breakaway. I mean, I don't want to use that word because it's not a breakaway. It's like a battle of attrition, and only the remaining riders are there to fight it out for the sprint.
That's a good corner, Holly.
And the problem is, as you can imagine, if everybody wants to be towards the front to avoid these splits, well, only a few riders can be at the front. So that makes the course extra hard. In addition to the hill, everyone's kind of fighting for good position to not get spit out the back. So it was up to us on VFR, Volley Factory Racing. I had like I think 5 or 6 teammates to put the race in a favorable situation for us. So for example, we had a couple of really strong breakaway riders, namely Brad, Victor, who did a lot of really good work early on, and then got more sprinty boys like Andrew and I saving as much energy as possible for the end of this race. And then got more sprinty boys like Andrew and I saving...
I wonder if I'm better shaped than that guy. This guy and this guy looks strong. This guy looks strong. This guy looks strong. I feel like I might be able to beat these guys.
as much energy as possible for the end.
Yeah, right, let's see at the power.
So let's dive into the footage and see how we execute this plan. Well, the first thing is here we are about halfway through, and then got breakaway riders, namely Brad, Victor, who did a lot of really good work early on, and then got more sprinty boys like Andrew and I saving as much energy as possible for the end of this race. So let's dive into the footage and see how we execute this plan.
It's like a 10-second effort at 800 watts. That's not too bad.
Well, the first thing is here we are about halfway through this race. My heart rate's in the 130s. This is unheard of. And this is because of the team dynamic. I have my teammate Brad off the front right now. I'm able to sit back, relax, and chill as much as one can chill on a course this challenging. And really save my energy and my legs for the end of this race when things really pick up and get extra fast, should it come back to a field.
30 kilometers.
So eventually Brad does come back. And I see this outside line. I preserved all of my
Why the fuck would you push
coming
up
into
here?
Cat's Hill, or any crit with a hill in it. The name of the game, to make it as easy on yourself as possible, is to carry speed into the hill. And now, really, the effort over the top, like I just did, I just passed like 10 riders or 15
Yeah, I
riders
was
or
probably not that stupid, actually.
Not because I did this
That's
monster
sweet.
effort, it's because I just carried my speed, did one more little effort over the top of the hill and passed these slowing riders. And then I get to the front, I'm like, oh,
Good
wait,
corner, holy shit.
there's a group off the front that looks really threatening. So I just kind of step on it again because we're not represented. And I make sure that that we are represented. Make sure that guys like Andrew, who are going to be potentially really good finishers on a course like this, are able to sit back and relax. So I'm going to jump across to this group, which it looks like has Cycles. Oh yeah, it's got Cycle Sports Specialized and Team Mike Spikes in it. These two teams represent our major competition in this race, so it's important I chase this one back. And it doesn't work out. We get caught, and there is this monster counterattack by Cycle Sports Specialized. I think that's Riker going crazy on the front.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
But fortunately, I have Victor up there chasing him back, and there's this moment like right here.
Like, if I lose 3 kilos, 3-4 kilos, and some muscles, and get the aero helmet, and a bike, that's actually decent. I feel like I could be in this.
Right
No?
here, where I'm like, ooh, I could probably jump across. 156 beats per minute heart rate, like nothing too wild. But I just didn't want, I didn't want everyone to follow me. I wasn't
Okay,
confident
this guy looks fucking strong, the guy in front.
I could get that gap. I could do it solo, right? Don't chase teammates is like rule number 1 on this channel. And there's been situations where I've chased teammates. This was close to one of them, but the most important thing is you're not dragging the whole field with you. And I wasn't sure I could snap it hard enough to get across to my teammates solo without dragging the field. Looks like a couple more riders. Are jumping across. Mike's is happy with this. Every time you see riders just kind of take the front and stop pedaling, like Iman's doing on the right, like Jack is doing on the left, they're happy with their rider who's up in the break. And we're all just kind of sitting like, all right. Iman even waves his hand through, like, all right, like follow that. Like, if you want to chase it back, this is the moment. So this tells me that there's a high likelihood that that group off the front now, I mean, they just went through the corner. They already have a handful of seconds. within just a half a lap, that it has the makings for another successful breakaway. But I'm going to keep myself up in good position because if I remember correctly, this is one of the key moments in the race.
Bro, I don't even think my
The
bike
second half of
is
the
able to go
race,
this quick.
People are starting to get a little bit tired. You'll often see the successful breakaway actually go after the early breakaway gets brought back in crit racing. And that's because people start to get a little bit fatigued, they start to get tired, they're less motivated to chase, and they're more risk tolerant when they see a group go off the front. And this one right here has got all the major teams. It's got Cycle Sport, it's got VFR, it's got Mike Spikes, it's got everybody except Tayroon, who is on the front chasing super hard right now over the last half a lap or so. And that actually leads us into the key moment of this race. The chasing by Tayroon and others who missed that breakaway have now led to this key moment where there's going to be sort of a reshuffle here at the front. And as we crest the top of this
Bro,
hill,
I would go with this guy's
1,000
switch
watts.
strong.
There's the breakaway right there. Couple more riders jump across. And again, I was pretty tempted just to jump on. You can see even Mike Spikes is like pushing his teammate right.
I should work.
They're like, yeah, he recognized this is a key moment. He's pushing his teammate across. And this was sort of a reshuffle. Couple riders dropped back, couple more riders jumped across. We still have Victor up there from VFR. And this was my motivation here, not to do anything. I noticed that Tobin in the all-black kit there, Tobin Ortenblad, if you don't know who he is, he's the sensational gravel racer. He also has a strong background in crit racing. He almost went solo in this race a couple years ago. I saw him, I was like, okay, if he's not up there, he's going to do something to try to jump across. So I think everyone was looking at Tobin in this moment. It's one of the penalties of being such a strong rider is you're a marked rider. Everyone's kind of waiting for your move. And this actually established the main break of the day, which, like I said, included all the major teams, Cycle Sport Specialized, Team Mike Spikes, Tayroon Elite, and then my teammate on VFR, Victor. And that gave me the opportunity to once again drop back to the cheap seats of the group, let my heart rate come down, and I'm thinking, look, we are represented in the breakaway. If people want to chase and bring it back, that's fine. I need to put myself in a position to be prepared for a field sprint. Should it all come back together? And with the exception of a couple more moves here in the closing kilometers of the race where I'm kind of making up position, finding the top third once again, it's time to link up with my teammate and fellow field sprinter Andrew to get ready for the end of this race. But first, a quick word from today's video sponsor. Four laps of this race, and there are two really interesting perspectives I want to talk about. Fortunately, I put a GoPro on teammate Andrew's bike, and he's here to help us talk about the final few laps. Good to have you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So this is you following me, which we talked about coming into the final few laps. By the way, we have Tobin on the front smashing because, as you know, he missed the move, and now he's just punishing everybody.
Yeah, he's got to hurt us.
Yes. And we talked about staying together, but man, like, tell us about, like, it's hard on this course, right?
Yeah, really hard.
It's the hill, it's kind of technical. Everyone's just kind of seeing cross-eyed. They're so tired at this point in the race. It's just kind of hard to stay together compared to like a four-corner, SoCal flat crit or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's impressive that any team can actually put together a lead out. And you and I'm like semi-aware of where you are at any given moment, but I don't know exactly that you're on my wheel. You did a pretty good job. I think you and I can both get better at communicating, at like just yelling, hey, I'm here, Jeff, I'm here, Jeff, I'm here, like that sort of thing. Because if I'm going to do something stupid and go out in the wind and like move you up, for example, I want to make sure I'm doing it for you and nobody else.
Yeah. Definitely.
But you're on my wheel now. We're coming down the hill, coming into 3 laps to go. We're in pretty good position, considering it's really just down to us two. Like, you guys know that we don't have...
Bro, like, all of these bikes cost, like,
and
10 grand.
In this race, it's really hard to put together that big lead out. I think Mike's did a really good job. We're going to talk about how that works out for them in the end, of putting together a bunch of riders on the front. Cycle Sport did a very good job. You and I are like, we're not going to go toe to toe. Like I'm not that I'm not that strong. I'm not that guy, pal. I'm not going to go alongside 4 Mike's Bikes riders and pretend I can keep the same pace. So the idea is we follow them, and that's what we're doing. How are you feeling at this moment, this deep into Cat's Hill?
Yeah, I was feeling pretty rough. I think when Tobin started to light it up, I followed pretty hard, and then I was just, from there on, I was just counting down the laps, hoping to
Squirrel.
stay alive until the final K.
Yeah, you have to. It's such a hard race because of that damn hill. Like, there's just no hiding on that hill, right? I mean, everybody has to really punch their ticket going up that hill each lap. And you are 175 pounds?
Yeah, I'm like 178 on a good day, I'd say.
So he's 182 pounds. And you can see as a result, I mean, it's like over 1,000 watts every time up this climb. It's only going to get faster as we get closer to the end of this race. Now, you mentioned to me a minute ago, you're like, hey, let's pass on the left off the top of the hill. Or no, you said the outside on the top of the hill. I didn't know what outside meant because there's a left-hander and then a right-hander. You went on the left. You took a pretty wicked line right there. If we go over to my footage, I took at the same moment, I came up over the top of the hill and also made a really good line on the right side, which is like fine, but we're not together, right?
Yeah.
But we still end up in the same place, which coming into the last lap, we're about a lap and a half to go right now, I don't think I could place myself in better position, which is behind the guy who's won this race for the last 3 years in a row, and that's Ryan Gorman from Cycle Sport Specialized. So I'm not on his wheel yet. I'm behind Mr. Tall Socks here, Alex Akins, but he's going to deliver me right onto Ryan's wheel. This is him right here on the right. And I'm like, I don't even want to move up anymore. Like, I could have followed Alex there, but I don't even want to be in front of Ryan. I want Ryan in front of me. I want to be able to see exactly what he's doing. And as we continue on my footage here, you can see you on the right. Also found another good line. We're like in race-winning position right here. The mistake I make is right here. I can't believe it. So you guys are going to see how unforgiving this sport is. I have like half a bike length in front of me to Ryan's wheel. That needs to be 1 inch.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be on the guy's wheel who's won this race the last 3 years. And as we unpause, you can see Chris is on the right, his teammate falling back, and this is the moment on the left where we have Tobin like, don't mind if I do, and he fills that space. I get crowded on the right by Chris, the lead-out guy doing his job. Tobin is like, I'm going to take that spot, and I just can't believe I let that happen. I mean, it's easy sitting here in an armchair, looking at it, and your heart rate's not pegged, and you're not 59 minutes into this race, but like that's the moment that I lose this race, because you're going to see that all of a sudden it goes from I'm right on his wheel to I'm 4 bike lengths behind him, and that's all she wrote. But I'm actually going to pop over. I want to show that same exact moment, Andrew, from your perspective, because you and I had similar but different experiences into that final straight. Okay, so this is coming into the final corner. We're approaching 1 lap to go. From Andrew's perspective, also looking really good. What do you think about your position here?
Yeah, I just found that like inside line on the final downhill and found myself really far forward, almost surprisingly far forward. But everyone wants to be where I am, and there's people surging all around me. And it's kind of like we're all side by side, and you kind of want to be like the last guy to jump to get in a position for the corner, and I just jump a little late, and I'm kind of awkward through the corner, losing wheels, and Quinn is just on the front, absolutely smashing.
Yeah, can we actually go back, speaking of Quinn smashing? So Quinn's taking the front right here, and he's looking back over his left-hand shoulder. I want you to show you guys right there. See his helmet? He's looking back, and the reason he's doing that is, as we fast forward a second here, there's Ryan on the left, and he is going to nod his head. Can you guys see that? Like, they were so dialed.
Yeah.
They didn't have the numbers that Mike's had, but they had the coordination that we didn't have.
Yeah.
And they had a plan, and they executed it perfectly, because that nod was like, oh, yeah, this is the thing we talked about before the race. Now Quinn's going to do the thing that he's supposed to do, which is basically sprint into the final Cat's Hill climb. And as a result, this little gap that I was going to say you leave open, but Quinn's just smashing on the front. You're now 2-3 bike lengths off the back of Ryan's wheel, doing the same effort that Quinn's doing, which is like 700-800 watts. And that was like one of your final efforts you had in your legs.
Not a great way to enter the final climb.
Right. You want to be fresh. You want to be in the draft like Ryan was. And just kudos to the Cycle Sport guys. 2 more riders there in the end, and they just really pulled it together. Ryan smashes on the left. And if we pause right here, I promise I'm going to let it play here in just a second for you folks. But we have 3 Mike's Bikes riders, and they accidentally kind of box each other out. Blake got second here last year, I believe, or maybe it was the year before.
Yeah, no, second.
He gets a little bit boxed in, and they end up kind of pulling together. Iman's work is done on the front, and now it's this 2-versus-1 chase. But Ryan,
Holy, what the effort that guy did.
pulling together.
Look at
Iman's
this,
work is done
holy
on the
shit.
front, and now it's this 2-versus-1 chase. But Ryan is just on another level, and he is riding away. Not just from you, but from the 2 chasing Mike's Bikes riders. It's just wild how strong he's going right now.
Yeah, it's frightening.
It's frightening. And you're kind of just committed now. You're just going to ride to the finish, right?
Yeah,
You're
I'm
just
like,
trying to empty the tank
let's
to the
end
finish
this.
line.
Let's get this over with.
Let's get this over with. If we had a heart right now, his heart rate would be 300 beats per minute, I think. It's just a hard race. How many times have you done Cat's Hill?
That was my third, my second P12.
I mean, you were right there, and I was right there. And it's funny, I always look back at a race like Cat's, and I'm like, oh, the winner was right there. I could have done it.
Yeah.
But it's really hard. And here's me passing on the right. We'll show it actually from my perspective. Here we are at the top of the hill from my camera, and you can see the leaders over there already coming down the hill. They're probably 100 meters in front of me. And, like, you're on the front right now, Andrew, what'd you say, just getting this over with?
Yeah, I'm just getting there.
And I'm like, I'm not going to coast. Everyone was coasting because everyone was just seeing cross-eyed. And I was like, I may as well just, like, best of the rest, right? Coming to this last corner, I swear to God, I thought I was going too fast. 41 miles an hour into that final corner, but the pavement's so good, the road's so wide, and I had all the confidence in the world on 34-millimeter tires at 55 PSI that I was still able to stand up. And I ended up holding on for best of the rest, but it was only for 8th place. Congrats are in order again for Ryan. He caught and passed the breakaway on the final lap to secure his 4th consecutive win at Cat's Hill, while teammate Victor took 5th from the breakaway. But hang on, we have more footage from day 2 of this race series, the Santa Cruz Classic. A thrilling finish. Trust me, you won't want to miss. So get subscribed. It's totally
So that was a fucking lie.
About 3 dating paradoxes that I saw. So the first dating paradox for men is this idea that now that women are providers and do not need a man to take care of them financially, they really want guys to step up with emotional support. But here's the paradox. They were not.
What the fuck does it mean to be emotional? Like, support someone emotionally? You know? Oh, fuck me. Is it subset eek?
Raised, and they don't know how to give that emotional support or emotional availability. So we know women, even if they have the same number of friends as guys, the women are talking to their friends much more often.
What do we mean when we say paradox here? That doesn't sound like a paradox. That just sounds like a problem. Is every problem a paradox, or okay?
Women speak to their kids, even starting at a very young age. They use more emotional language with their daughters and their sons. So constantly we have this feeling where we're asking men to do something when they don't have the skills. I was talking to my friend David, and he said women are in graduate school when it comes to emotional conversations, and guys are in third grade. The other part of the paradox is that women are asking men to be more emotionally open, but then they get shamed when they do that. So we have this great quote from Brené Brown where she says, we beg guys to open up, we beg them to let us in.
But what the fuck does this even mean? Is this just a Norway thing? Like we don't have this problem? I don't think it's a woman problem. I just think people don't care about other people, mostly. But if, like, you have a girlfriend that cares, like, I don't think it's a problem to share, no?
Listen, I think it's totally fine to shame men who open up in ways emotionally that are unhinged. The problem is that we don't shame women enough who open up in ways emotionally that are unhinged.
Hey, okay. Wait, that's actually low-key. Good take, wait. Yeah, some women just start crying in public. That shouldn't... Okay, never mind. That in itself isn't bad, but like... Woman... I don't know if this... It's sort of nice that it's how it works, right? But in a way, for women, or many women, the feeling is the important part. Like, I feel like you did something wrong. I feel like that wasn't just. I feel like X and Y, I don't know. And they have just, like, because it's a feeling, it's always justified. It's always okay to have the feeling, right? That kind of presupposes that the feeling is, like, correct. Like, women's feelings are pretty random. Like, they're based on what type of content they're exposed to, their friends, their upbringing, their beliefs, such that, like, there's no reason behind the feelings, in a way. No, like, objective reason. It's very subjective. So it's sort of split. They believe they're justified in their feelings, but their feelings are kind of random, right? I don't know. Turn on reactions to express yourself with hand gestures during video call. What?
The problem there is not how we treat men's emotions. So women are given way too much latitude for how they express emotions, all right? We need more bullying on that side, and then everything will be better, all right?
And then when they do, we can't stomach it. And I heard that over and over in my research. There's this quote where a guy says, "A woman would rather see me die on the white horse than fall off of it." And so there's this sense that
That's so fucking bullshit. I don't believe it's correct.
I have to be perfect. I have to be the masculine and the feminine, but I don't have the skills to do that. And women say that they want
Okay, might be different age groups, I guess.
these guys to be emotional, but as soon as they show emotionality, it can freak those women out. So
I don't like. Maybe she would elaborate more in a different environment, but I don't like when being emotional doesn't mean anything. Like, there are ways where if somebody's emotional or whatever, it should freak you the fuck out. Like, it really depends on what we're saying.
That's sort of my point.
Like, there's appropriate ways to show emotion. There's inappropriate ways to show emotion. There are ways where you can be emotional or have a venting moment or whatever in a healthy way. There's ways where it could be a super red flag. I wish she would elaborate more on what she means by that. I always feel like people say this. Like, I've seen text messages of people who say something like, oh yeah, like I got emotional and she just like left me or whatever. And then like when you actually go through the communication that was going on or how they were talking to each other, the guy just was like fucking unhinged. Or I've seen women who are just unhinged. It's like, he's not abandoning you because, you know, he's upset that you displayed your emotions or whatever. He's abandoning you because you're being a fucking psycho. Like, what are you talking about? But it's hard without getting into specific behavior though when people say this. But I don't know, I'm always a little skeptical of these claims right off the bat. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm extremely skeptical of these claims. I don't believe them because if you get into like manipulator territory, I think most men who are manipulative, and maybe women, I guess to some extent as well, like being emotionally vulnerable at key points is like one of the most successful manipulator strategies you can.
Yeah, that's such a good answer. Holy shit. Mine is way worse formatted. Like, what the... Oh, no. Like, I guess it's fine. It's just badly written, in a way, you know? This is so, like, it just pops out, like, correct. Is my answer wrong here? I feel like ChatGPT is wrong, but that's a stupid bet. I should sort of just assume that this is correct, which means mine is wrong. You know what? Let's do part B first. What? I think that's correct. I guess that's better. Indre krisepunkt eller kritiske indre punkt? How can I write multiple? No! I didn't mean to click there. Fuck. I can't do find and replace because I have stuff above as well. Fuck me. Fuck me. Boom, boom, boom. X and Y. Which means 0, 0. Actually, I think it's better to... No. To do this. And then the partial... Okay, the partial derivative of this with respect to x is 2y. This is 2x. this has to be 2x by the definition. And this derivative of this with respect to y is minus 2. Fuck, it should be the determinant thing line. That's like a V matrix, yeah. Which is equal to oh yeah, fuck, at that point, shit. Yeah, okay, so this is 0, 0, minus 2. Which means the determinant is this minus this. It's 0 times minus 2, which is 0. How the fuck is the S&P 500 down 5% yesterday? What? Okay, I'm sorry. I feel like ChatGPT says something differently. What? Så da basically vi løser den her for Y, og så setter vi Y inn her. Nei. Vi løser den her for Z. Jeg husker ikke, ass. Et eller annet sånn goofy sånn. Kaller den her GVX. Oda Lagrange. Skal vi bruke en annen metode? Lagrange metode. Lambda. Lambda. Var det øving 7 eller 10? Jeg husker ikke, ass. No. That's not correct. I thought I did something. Example. Yes. Oh, it's this thing. Oh. Wait, did that work? That's cool. Så øving 7. how did I do this? Maybe it's these things. Then that already has a new line, right? Okay, I think that's the thing we can do. So, okay, we have Nabla F Dude, is it actually just... Is it actually just this? Asmat. Okay, we're using Asmat. Yeah, no. Okay, so I think we have like H of G. Is that the one? Oh, wait, these are not the equations. Wait, Lagrange, is that... Is this wrong? Since Sarah said this equal to the gradient of G, not G itself. Do you want like 3? I feel like we usually have 4. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. 3, 3. I guess here might be the constraint. This thing. Not sure. Right. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, what was that thing? Oh yeah. That's such a weird thing, I think. We're basically, since we're solving the equations for the 0.00, like, we're setting them equal. But since we want to divide, to simplify, we basically want to remove this x here and here. We have to split up the solution into solutions where x is 0 and x is not 0. So basically when x is 0, this divides this, it becomes... this might be fine actually. Why is there such a big gap here? Long right arrow. Quad. Is this like the standard way of doing it? Oh. Okay, so this gives us... Oh no. That's actually a painful one. Ten y squared plus 2y equal to x squared. Okay, what? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna steal this. What was it? Plus minus 5? You know what, let's add this around here to make it clear, and let's add this here. Actually, let's add this here. That makes it a bit more readable. Because then you have like lambda becomes y here. This is the x here, you know. I don't even want to do it. What? Oh, we're solving for x. Damn. Respektivt. Did I mix the points up? Y 1/5. No, let's make better headings, sir. This is wrong. Never mind, it's correct. What? Why error? I disagree with your conclusion. Was? Backslash left. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this should be frac plus minus 2 over squared 5. Squared y c dot frac 1 5 plus minus y squared. Is it not underline? Underline. there's some good memes. What the fuck is this? What? I thought we... Did I do it incorrectly? Oh. Bro, this is so fucking confusing, you know? But it does make sense. So we basically found inner points by just doing this. No, that doesn't make sense. Is I basically think you put this thing into this? No, what? Oh, this is incorrect. Oh no. What? Odd. Why is no correct? There's no miss. What? Is minus wrong? Yes. Nei, er påsken nå eller neste? Do ChatGPT agree? What? Oh, I just miscalculated. This was -1? What? Where? How? Oh. Ja, faen. Fuck matte. Jeg har ikke lyst til å jobbe. We're Barack. We're so Barack Obama. Mick? Åh, fuck. Jeg tror fordi jeg ikke snakker, jeg bare puster. Ok, jeg lukker den. Jeg er basically ferdig. Da er dette min og Max. Her blir dette til 3.25, som er altså punktet, hva blir faen punktet da? Blir disse punktene? Jeg bare skriver ut på en måte her. Flandern om 2 dager. Men Flandern er ikke stacked engang. Jeg tror ikke Vanderpool skal sykle engang. Skal han? Det blir jo bare... Det blir jo bare wow, tror jeg ikke. Ah, nei, ok. Ok. Wait, what? What? Alle er jo med. Jeg trodde på kanskje vi skulle droppe Flandern for å satse fullt på Paris, Robby. Skal han ikke? What do you mean, what is stacked? Ok, dette er jo kanskje det mest stacked det blir. Det er sykt at Q36 skal være med, uten Pidcock. Har vi... let's fucking go. Og så Foss skal være med, holy shit. Stacked as fuck, jo. Matthew Michael skal være med, holy shit. Hvem faen er Per Strand? Mathea Jørgensen, Dylan... Faen, jeg håper ikke han ser han Matthew Brennan mer. Jeg har lyst til at han skal sykle mer. Han er artig å se på. Og jeg har på den skulle kjøre begge. Åja, ok, jeg misforstår litt. Girmay. Kasper Pedersen. Ikke noe Remco da. Hvorfor er ikke Remco med noen klassikere, egentlig? Jævlig weak. Weak ass fucking Belgian bitch. Nils Pollitt. Å faen. Dette er stacked som faen, holy shit. Wellens. Da var det så, shit. Han skadet vel seg, gjorde han? Men det lenge siden, ikke? Ja, så har ikke han vært på sykkelen en god stund da? Tarling, holy shit. Nei, Ganna, mener jeg. Tarling, jeg vet ikke om Tarling, han er fucking 1,94, holy fuck. What? Okay. Tenk å være i disse to her, da. Hvordan faen får du begge de beste i verden i temposykling? Altså, disse kan bare holde 500 watt i 1 time. Ok, kanskje ikke si det. En halv time. Og bygge ut sånn kraftpushere. Faen, jeg må ta meg lunsj snart. Jeg må dra videre. Purback. Ja, jeg kommer nok til å gå nå, faktisk, tror jeg. Nei, ok, ikke helt ennå. Ok. Ok, vi kan få ferdig flere prosjekter. Fikk ikke disse så... Som da gir punktene for Max. Så dette blir da frac 2, 3 minus 1, 3 og quad minus 2 som gir minimum som gir og maksimumspunktene. Ok, minus 22. Så. them in. Kan du gjøre sånn å, ja? If the function is symmetrical, why does this graph don't look symmetrical? Hello. Rotate for me, please. Hello? Whoa. How do I rotate it? I know I did it earlier. What? Hello. Yoink. I can't move it out. Bro, this shit doesn't work. Nei, at jeg går. I'm for lunch.